Almost 11 months have passed since we last got an official teaser from the Fantastic Frontier developers. This is officially the longest time the community has been left in the dark. And now, finally, out of nowhere, we got a word from them. The Halloween event is back! Yay! Okay, for real now. You all have likely already seen this, but since it's been so long, I felt the need to make a video about it. Even though it's gonna be short and I don't really have much to say. This was probably everyone's reaction seeing this teaser, like, what the hell is this thing? I really want to talk about it, but before I gotta address the elephant in the room, which surprisingly enough isn't this creature, but the message that came with it. A fateful Fantastic Frontier update draws near. Will it arrive before the year's end? Probably not. Sorry, time is difficult. Still, it is very close. And more importantly, the vision that was dreamt of has truly come alive. Something special was made. Revivification is nigh. I know this disappointed a lot of people, and understandably so. This isn't the first time this update gets delayed even further, and as I told in my video about the last progress post, it would be bold of them to even regard the possibility of making that same mistake again. And they did, so it's understandable to see a part of the community being frustrated and feeling disappointed. Even I am not pleased with this information at all. Of course everyone wants this update to come as soon as possible. But for those who had been keeping up with their progress this year, this delay was to be expected for some time already. There is this channel in the official Discord server where players post their DMs with the devs, since sometimes they do respond to direct messages sent by the community. Back in August, Alan Keel asked Gorba if he was still optimistic about the 2025 release, or if we should prepare for another possible delay. To which Gorba responded that they had done a lot of work over this year, and schedule-wise he felt somewhat optimistic, as they seemed to be on track. But he did say it was possible that they might finish the update this year, but have to release it the next year. As soon as I saw this, I was sure it wasn't coming this year. After all their naive attempts at estimating a release date, for them to even regard the possibility of it not coming in 2025, it's because it won't be coming this year. And sure enough, we just got this confirmation. So, how do I feel about it? I mean, what can I do about it? Most of the community is just hibernating because they have better things to do than playing a Roblox game that hasn't been updated in more than 6 years. Which is understandable, and it's even what the devs tell us to do instead of milking their game till there's nothing else left to do. I am a bit insane, I admit. I care too much about this game, and that might be why, despite being disappointed, I'm not mad. I've been enjoying their game for free over the last 8 years. The only money I ever spend in this game are the 10 Robux I pay every month to keep my private server up. That's nothing. So I don't feel like the devs owe me anything. I'm grateful for the game they made that I've been able to enjoy for many years. And still nowadays by far the game I play the most. Of course, this is a personal feeling, and as I told before, I know it doesn't apply to most people. And I get that if the devs saw it this way and took it to the extreme, why would they even be making the update? At this point, I'm quite convinced that this is something that affects them to a personal level. Every one of us has at some point in our lives failed to deliver a promise we made. And we very likely felt even more disappointed than whoever we made that promise to. Failing to deliver a promise is something that affects us, and undoubtedly this has affected the devs. But by no means it should make them feel less motivated to finish the update. I think it's a complete opposite. It should make them feel more determined to commit to it and do their best to finish this update. And if you doubt this, open their Roblox profiles right now and at pretty much any point of the day during the rest of this year, and see if they have Roblox Studio open, because they most likely do. I've seen they update the development place at like 3 AM in their time zone. They are working hard and there's no denying on that. If you are a conspiracy theorist that believes the update is a lie. So that's why I feel it's important for them to know that there are people here who still care. In the end, that's what motivates them to keep going. And we'll get this update to the players eventually, no matter how much we wait. I really hate that it's been so long, but expecting a specific release date at this point is foolish. So just do whatever you want for your life and play the update when it comes. Sorry for my rant, but I've seen a handful of negative reactions to their message. The frustration is understandable, but negative comments are to no use. In the end, we're still gonna be waiting no matter what, and playing the update when it finally comes. Okay, enough about this talk. Let me move to some more interesting topics, like the goofy art teaser image we got. Right as this was posted, we got two new custom emojis of this creature in the Discord server. One named Recoil and the other named Thief. Based on that, we can imply the name of this creature is Thief, which is further supported by the amount of trinkets it seems to guard in his domain inside a cave in the Sky Islands. We can see some familiar models around there, like the tricolor necklace, some gold coins, which are not red tokens but just regular gold, the currency you have in the game, the danger sign present in many spots around the frontier, this painting, which is a different version of painting that is already present in the game, as well as a bowl of food that looks exactly like this one shown in the 2022 progress post, containing divine grapes and some other fruits or vegetables. And also there is this golden deer statue, that might be some kind of relic stolen by the thief. There has been a lot of speculation as to what the thief is and what his role is. Some people pointed out similarities between it and Squingle, the cute creature from the Blue Sky announcement. I've seen 3 theories about what its role is. One says that it could be a task giver like Slayer and the Giant Toad, but for the Sky Islands, which I would personally love, since doing Slayer tasks is like my favorite pastime in this game. Bruno thinks that it can be a vendor that eventually sells items for a cheaper price than normal, acting as sort of a black market, which would be interesting. And Kato says it could be like a traveling villager that flies around the Sky Islands. Knowing this game, I wouldn't disregard this theory, as crazy as it may sound. As I mentioned before, this takes place in a cave inside a Sky Island. In the back you can see part of another Sky Island containing big red crystals, which we have seen in previous teasers, so this could be part of that same area. The last thing I noticed that might be a bit of a stretch, but if you notice the background of the island is partially white and partially blue. If you recall, every other teaser depicting the Sky Island has a white color sky. The only times we've seen this tone of blue was in water sources, and this other image that has a totally different background, which makes me personally think it's not in the same dimension as the others. So, could this be the Sea of the Frontier right below the Sky Islands? I doubt the Sky Islands will be in the same Roblox place as the Frontier, seeing as they splitted the game during development to make it run better. But it could be a depiction of the sea below the islands, implying that falling from the Sky Islands would naturally lead you back to the Frontier. As I said, this might be a stretch and it can be something else, but it's interesting seeing that all the other Sky Islands teasers have always shown the white sky. As a last note, I've seen some people speculating based on Spectra's tweet that the name of this update could be Fantastic Frontier Revivification, which is definitely a possibility, although Fantastic Frontier Forever seems to be the strongest candidate right now. And that's pretty much everything I can tell you about this teaser. Although I'd love it, I don't expect we'll get much more teasers till the unavoidable end of the year post. Aside from a few DMs and the Pilgrim and Vesteria collabs, we were pretty much left in the dark during this entire year, which sucks. Honestly, if they do in fact feel like the finish line is close, a good indication of that would be having more frequent teasers, as they have said would happen once the release date approaches. So although I'd love to get it soon, I wouldn't set my expectations too high as I did in the past. Making a good game takes time, so the best we can do is wait. Thank you all for watching, hopefully I can make some more videos over the next month. If not, we'll meet again on the last day of the year as usual. Until then, have a great time. See ya!